Stop trying to get rich and try to get comfortable. There's a huge difference. Welcome to Investing for Parents. Now, before we go ahead, I want everyone to hit the like button, hit the notification button, hit the subscribe button. I hope you're getting good content from this page as I build, as I go. So I figured, you know what, I would tell a personal story, not personal so much, but share and show as it's happening, as it's going. So I bought my first house 6 years ago. Bought a small house in a great neighborhood, in a good neighborhood, when the property prices were down. Fast forward 6 years later, the house is like $90,000 worth, has $90,000 in equity. And now I'm going to be searching for my second house. Now, I always wanted to invest in property, but in rental properties. But after we bought our first house, had my first kid, got nervous, didn't want to do anything, didn't want to lose money. And then we was okay. And then we had twins. He had twin 2-year-olds. So everything's been delayed, but nothing's changed. So now that, the kids are 2 and 5 and they're going to school, blah, 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 we were starting to build our plan, build how I wanted to go. So it's always been trying to do 5 houses in 5 years, and whatever happens after that happens. So we already got number 1 down, even though it was years ago. So next step is number 2. We're currently looking for number 2, but we're looking for it in a different state because we want to we're currently in New Jersey. We want to move to Pennsylvania. And I think Pennsylvania is a great place to start investment properties. Even though we want to live there too, we want to start getting investment properties there because the prices are cheaper and you can get a house for a good cost, and then rental prices are virtually the same where they are anywhere. But the reason I wanted to do this video is our current house. Initially, we were going to sell it and start anew in Pennsylvania because, well, it's hard to manage a property, different state. I don't want to hire a property manager. I spent years fixing this house, learning everything there is to know about it. I'm the one that should be managing it. But we figured, you know what? It's only like an hour and 10 minutes from where we're going to move. If there's a problem, I can make that trip. No worries, right? So we decided, you know what? Let's start this one. This is going to be our first rental property. Because we bought in a market that was so low 6 years ago, my mortgage is very low considering for the area. So I would be able to get like $500-$600 in rent after mortgage, extra $500-$600 income from the property once mortgage is paid. So after doing the math, it just made obvious sense. And our next house, we are currently looking for our next house now, and we're going to live in that house so that it's our permanent residence. That way we really don't get charged rental as rental property, interest and 20% down, or second house, like a vacation house. We don't get charged all the fees and interest and extra down payment that's associated with that because we're going to move there anyway. So we're just going to basically get a house, live in it, refinance it, rent it out, and then move on to the next one. I figure we could do this 3, maybe 2-3 times, and then before you really start getting sick and tired of moving. But it's a good way to do it. It's a good way to do it if you want to do it and not have to spend extra money or you're short on down payment. It's a great way to start. You buy the house, you fix it up. Like for instance, with my current house, you fix it up and then you rent that out. Then you move to the next one. You do the same thing. You find a bank that'll allow you to refinance in 6 months or something. And whatever the time frame is, you find that bank or whatever, they'll let you refinance. You take a cash out refinance. That way you have down payment for the next property, and then you move on to the next property. Now, I figured I'm married with kids, so I figure my wife is not going to tolerate this too much more. So maybe after this one, I have one more time to do it. Who knows? But this is the plan, and the plan isn't to be rich. The plan is to retire semi-early. I'm not going into my 60s still working. I'm trying to get into my 50s, then consider being done. Because once you're on the other side of 55, man, life starts going downhill quick. So the plan is to be comfortable in retirement, whereas 401k and savings and Roth IRA, all that is nice and well, but to be able to getting income that way you can live your life when you are retired. I mean, live where you get to travel, where you're not just maintaining and waiting. Where you get to live the same life that you live now. So that way with rental income, it'll allow you to get that passive income every month. And that way you can use that towards paying for off your current house. And by the time you're in retirement, most of the houses will be paid off for. That is the goal. So the goal isn't to get rich. When I first started thinking about, rental properties and getting into the scheme of the whole real estate thing, I was thinking rich. And then as I grew older and understood, I'm like, I don't need to or have any desire to be rich necessarily. What I desire is to try to live life better. Now, if I was rich, I would definitely live life better, but that's not the point. The point is you want to be able to have income coming in. Not only that, I want to be able to have houses where my kids, I can hand one off to my kids, or I can use the equity in each one of those houses to pay for college or to pay for whatever comes up. It's a great way to have money going forward. So the plan right now is to go to the second house. We've been looking at a lot of property, and I think I might have lucked out. I really think I might have lucked out because there's this house we're currently looking at, and I'm just waiting to hear back on the offer and parameters of everything. But the house is 6 bedrooms, but it's the price of a single. The price is only $150, and the property taxes is about $4,000. Now the thing is, it's designed 2 levels. The main level and the basement are both 3-bedroom apartments. One has 2 baths and one of them has 1, and there's a separate entrance. But if we live in it for 6 months, you can just access it without going outside, just by a door. So I think I might have lucked out, and hopefully this works out. We'll see. I'll update you guys more as we go, but I just wanted you guys to not just take my word for it, that I'm doing this or I know semi what I'm doing, or giving advice without actually, anyone on YouTube could tell you, well, I've done this, I've done whatever. I want you to see it being done. I don't want to tell you stories. I want to show you it being done and see that it's not being done to be rich. It's just being done to be comfortable. I mean, I could try to get 5 properties this year. I most likely probably could do it, but I don't want to get into that. I still got normal life. I still work. I enjoy what I do. I have my kids, my family. I don't want to get into all that. I just want to be able to build. And the goal is 5 houses, 5 years. We already got 1. We're working on 2. So we're going to continue from there. If you like this content, if you want to see more, if you want to follow on this journey, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Hit me up in the comments. Tell me where you are in your investment. Tell me if you bought your first property yet. Tell me where you are if you haven't bought your first property yet. Maybe I can help you. Maybe you can help me. That's what this is for. I appreciate you guys. Investing for Parents. See you next time.